Hello everyone, welcome to part 2 of episode 11. Now in the first episode, we spoke about referring to your user's manual and also considering the DOT ratings. Today, we are going to be talking about 3 other points. Stay with us.
Alright, so we are first considering avoiding mixing your brake fluids, okay? So what manufacturers don't actually want vehicle users or owners to be doing is mixing different fluids aside the specified or required brake fluids for their car. And as we discuss the points, we'll get to know the reason why. Because when you mix different brake fluids, you know, they have different chemical compounds and compositions and different characteristics when it comes to this DOT ratings. So it is very, very, very crucial to look out for what the manufacturer is requiring of the vehicle user or the owner of the vehicle to be doing when it comes to topping up, changing brake fluids, and using the required brake fluids for their car. Right. So I think we'll move on to the next point, which sets that for us.
Right. So just a little about the point 3. So avoid mixing brake fluids. Usually, what happens is that people don't know the rating that is currently in the in their vehicle. Some do know it, some don't. So for those who know it, they could rightly add or top up with the right brake fluid. But for those who are unaware of it, they may end up mixing a silicone based with a glycol based, and that would be very dangerous for your braking system. So we quickly move to point 4. So point 4 says check for compatibility. So it also has a connection with point 3. So most vehicles have specific requirements or restrictions regarding brake fluids, right? So make sure you are using the right brake fluid for your vehicle. You have to be sure. And I go back to the user's manual here. I think these user manuals, they come in very handy, but most drivers or most car owners only fancy it just for the few weeks and few months they acquire the car. After a while, they just throw it somewhere else. So in the handbook, it says using any non-Honda brake fluid can cause corrosion and decrease the life of the system. Have the brake system flushed and refill with Honda heavy-duty brake fluid DOT3 as possible. It also mentions, and more important for my point I'm talking about, it says brake fluid marked DOT5 is not compatible with your vehicle's braking system and can cause extensive damage. So you see how much information is in here. It tells you what brake fluid you should use. It tells you in the case that you don't have the recommended brake fluid, what substitute you could use. And it also mentions the restrictions or what you should not do. It says that you should not use DOT5 as it's not compatible with your braking system, and that can cause extensive damage. You want to avoid causing extensive damage to your braking system and then causing maybe harm to your life as well. So that's for point 4. Check for compatibility. Right, so now we move to the very, but not the least point 5.
All right, so with a point 5, you need to also consider the moisture absorption of the brake fluids. Okay, so most of these brake fluids have the ability or the tendency of absorbing moisture with respect to time, or maybe you parking a vehicle or making a vehicle sit for quite a period of time. And why is it so? It's because of their hygroscopic nature. That is, they have the ability to absorb moisture with respect to time, or you not using a vehicle for that long. So if you are not driving your vehicle that frequently, you have to make sure that you try to change your brake fluids frequently, just to avoid this moisture absorption nature of the brake fluid. When you allow the brake fluids to absorb a lot of moisture, it means that your braking performance will reduce, your pipes and tubes or any other components which comes in contact with that brake fluid, which is already diluted or contaminated with moisture, will also start getting deteriorated. So everything is going to change about your brake fluid with respect to your optimal performance that you are requiring the brake fluid, the braking system to give you. You have that kind of reduction in it. So that is another one major point you need to consider.
Right. So I think something that most people don't know about, and it's not widespread knowledge anyway. Myself, I didn't know it quite a while ago until recent, is that vehicle manufacturers recommend that after a certain mileage or a certain number of years, you flush the whole braking system, right? So say for those who live abroad or for those who live in different regions who may have cars in other regions, you leave the car sitting for a year, 2 years, and then you come back, pick the car, and then drive it like it had. Yeah, I think you may be having problems. So you come back, say after a year or two, you pick up your car. It is advisable that you flush the whole braking system. You take out the brake fluid and you put in new brake fluid. As Nathan rightly mentioned, that after some time, because of their hygroscopic nature, they tend to absorb moisture, right? So it could be water or any other thing. If you want to know how long it should take you before you change your brake fluid, comment down there, ask a question about all that we have spoken about. If there's anything we mentioned, any point you think is missing out here, comment down below and then we'll rightly answer. Thanks for watching. See you in the next episode.
Yeah.
As always,
don't drink and drive,
don't text and drive, and always practice defensive driving.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed our video, please hit the like button and remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on all our social media pages: Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter and TikTok at Autoshark Ghana for other educational content.